I bought must-have Lattafa fragrances from TikTok. TikTok shop has been taking the internet by storm, and so have these fragrances. And we're about to put them to the test to see if you should spray them or if they should stay on the shelf. I can't wait to try for myself, so let's see if these fragrances are legit. First up, we have Eternal Oud, which is an alleged clone of Grand Soir from the house of MFK. Personally, I love that fragrance and it's a 10 out of 10 in my book. I paid $44 for this fragrance, which is significantly less than Grand Soir, so hopefully it holds up. It's like a snow globe. Oh. Eternal Oud. Sniff test. Oh, that's good already. Now, according to the website, the note breakdown for Eternal Oud is grapefruit, plum, orchid, heliotrope, vanilla, amber oud, benzoin, tonka, and labdanum. And let me tell you, this one smells good. Very similar in the air to Grand Soir, but Grand Soir to me smells a bit fresher. But it's weird because oftentimes people think Grand Soir is more like an older person's fragrance. On first take, I would say that Eternal Oud is a great smelling fragrance, especially at its price point. If I had to give it a knock on anything, there is a few pieces of lint floating around here, but it's probably just from them cleaning the bottle. They don't have those dangerous bugs like Boosie. Overall, it's warm, it's spicy. The amber, vanilla, and that lavender are standing out within this one, and I would recommend it on first spray. Not sure on the longevity, but at the $44 price point, which is probably more than you would have to pay for it if you do not purchase it from TikTok, I would recommend it. It's solid. Next up, we have Ragba for Men, and when I saw the note breakdown for this fragrance, I immediately knew what it was. The notes of this fragrance are lemon verbena, iris, lemon. You get what this fragrance is all about, especially if you are a true fragrance connoisseur. In the heart of this fragrance, there's some violet. In the base, there's sandalwood, there's leather, there's ambergris, and there's a body spray. This one is Ragba for Man, limited edition. If you have not guessed it by now, this one is supposed to be Creed's Green Irish Tweed. Personally, Green Irish Tweed is one of my favorites from the house of Creed, and I plan to wear some of my favorite fragrances more so this year than I have in years past, so maybe I'll reach for that one a bit more, or Ragba for Men. This is good. This is really good, but this one's not exactly Green Irish Tweed. Now, for the untrained nose, for those of you who are not diving into Creed and Green Irish Tweed all the time, you probably wouldn't recognize the difference, but it is good. Like many Creed clones or inspired fragrances, they fail to get the freshness exactly right. And that's what you get here, is that it's a good fragrance, it smells really nice, but if you're looking for that exact carbon copy, it's not it. However, at the price point of this fragrance, you're saving literally hundreds of dollars on a fragrance, so maybe you don't care enough about the freshness. Overall, this fragrance cost me 30 bucks, and for 30 bucks, I would say it is a good buy, especially if you are on a budget. I'm not sure how long this fragrance lasts, but again, at 30 bucks, you can reapply this one throughout the day and be a-okay. So far, it smells like it's gonna be great for the spring and or summertime, but if you're looking for something to wear around the office, this could be a good go as well. Let's check out the body spray. Lattafa versus Axe. That could be a good one. The body spray, I expect it to smell like Green Irish Tweed, but this one is woody, sweet, a bit of amber in this fragrance. It's nice, but it's not Green Irish Tweed. I spent $40 on this next fragrance, and this one is Lattafa's Kawa. This one is a unisex fragrance. It's said to mix and mingle notes together to create this unique fragrance that has sweetness, sophistication, and allure, but we'll see if that's true. Now, the original Kawa was said to be a clone of Killian's Angel Share, and I did not think so at all. It was a cousin at best. But this one is not said to have any clone that I know of, but it is supposed to feature the note of coffee. The presentation is very similar to the original, but it has this ombre look to it. Let's see what it's all about. Oh, that is good. Even with the oversprays, like I oversprayed the hell out of this, but this one smells amazing. Warmth is there, the sweetness is there. The sophistication, not as much. It's more youthful than sophisticated, but it is sexy. This one here, yeah, well worth the 40 bucks I paid for this fragrance. And if it was 100 bucks, I would still buy it. Maybe even 150, I would still buy this fragrance here. Let's see what the note breakdown for this fragrance is supposed to be. Let's see. We have cardamom, ginger, and cinnamon. We have praline. The praline is shining through in here. I get that for sure. You get some candy fruits, white flowers, vanilla, musk, benzoin, coffee, and tonka. This one is top tier. So far, this one is my favorite fragrance. I'm digging this one. The longevity on this fragrance smells like it would have good longevity. It's sweet, but not sickening. I like this one. This one might be my scent of the day tomorrow. It's so nice that I think that you should have one as well. So stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to make sure that one of you walks away with every fragrance that we unbox today. You'll learn more about that in a bit. Next, we have Rave Now. Now, I had a difficult time determining if this was truly a Lattafa fragrance, but from my investigation, it says Lattafa on the back of the box. So it has to be. I wasn't sure. Although you guys told me it was Lattafa fragrance, it wasn't easily recognizable. The box on this one feels interesting. It has a, I don't know what to call it. It's like a corduroy box. The bottle is interesting, but it does feel cheap. There's like this plastic surrounding the actual glass on the bottle. It might not even be glass. It might be plastic on top of plastic, but we'll see. Will the crowd go wild for Rave? Only time will tell. The description says that this fragrance is perfect for those who want to stand out in a crowd. And so far, I'm not getting something that's super overpowering or one that I think would grab out, reach you, and draw you back in. Now, this one does start off a bit fruity. I'm getting hints of pineapple in the back, but it doesn't come off to be like an Aventus clone. It's like, hey, maybe there's hints of Aventus here, but I wouldn't purchase this fragrance thinking you're getting an Aventus clone. It does smell good, but again, not super powerful as you would may be led on to believe. You guys said this was must have. It's woody, it's sweet, it's musky. It's a nice professional wear fragrance, and you can also wear this one casually. In fact, I think you could probably wear this fragrance everywhere. Later, now, doesn't matter, you can wear it. I don't think anyone would be offended by this fragrance. It does smell good, but again, it's not that reach out and grab you, pull you in, and make you love me fragrance. It is what it is. And our final fragrance here has to be a savage. This one is Amir Al Oud, and I paid $21 for it. Now, I'm interested to try this one out because the presentation does remind me of the presentation from my Precious Liquids fragrances. If you are familiar with that brand or looking to explore the brand, I do have a discount code linked and listed down below. But let's see what this fragrance is all about. Is it oudi? We shall see. Now, Amir Al Oud Intense Oud is supposed to be a clone of By the Fireplace from Maison Margiela, but I do not get that on first spray. Now, what I will say is it does have this burnt wood component to it, a slight hint of smokiness, but this one is much more woody than what you would get in By the Fireplace, at least in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, for someone out there, this could be a great daily wear fragrance, specifically for the fall and winter, but it is not By the Fireplace. To me, the By the Fireplace has a bunch of chestnut in there. sweet fragrance, and this one is missing that chestnut. And if you're into that portion of it for the chestnut, either in By the Fireplace or Commodities Velvet, you're gonna feel left out on this one. Also, in smelling this fragrance, I would say it's a more mature fragrance. It's probably not one that I would feel as confident wearing on a date night, especially on a first date versus By the Fireplace. It's not as sweet, which in my opinion means it's not as like alluring in terms of, hey, I'm here to mingle. On the flip side, I would say that this one is probably more a serious fragrance. I could see a business professional wearing this fragrance. Even the presentation looks more serious than what you would get in By the Fireplace. Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad fragrance. It does smell good, in my personal opinion, but it's not one that I would reach for over By the Fireplace or reach for over this one here, Kawa, whatever we're gonna call this fragrance, versus this one. This would be the go-getter. Overall, I would say that these were good buys. Last time I purchased from TikTok Shop, you guys said I was robbed blind, and I did it again. Only for the love of you, because how else would you know what the buying experience is like on TikTok? So if you would like to be the proud owner of this entire Lattafa fragrance collection, comment down below and let me know which product you would like to see me explore next on TikTok Shop. And don't let too many ticks talk, because you only have 2 weeks, and I'm coming back and select the one of you to take this entire Lattafa collection. If you like this video, then click here to see what happened when I bought the best Lattafa fragrances on TikTok.